Hello, Aries. This is your general reading for the week of the 30th of July to the 5th of August. Aries. This is for sun, moon, or rising sign, depending on what you resonate best with. Let's go ahead and have a look and see what message or messages come up for you for this week, Aries. 30th of July to the 5th of August. Aries. Okay, Aries. So what I'm seeing for this week, I do see some major energy this week. I see a lot going on, actually, and I see that there is possibly some stress, possibly some anxiety this week. Aries, I do want to say the last few weeks seems that they have been rather challenging for you. I do feel like this could quite possibly be clearing up this week, because I am seeing that essentially whatever you've been going through, whatever you will be going through this week, whatever's coming up, I feel like it can't get any worse than this, Aries. I feel like there is some kind of block here. There's some kind of stagnation, possibly feeling like you can't go further, you can't move forward. I definitely feel this kind of block. I do want to have to say that this could have something to do with finances or some family money, some family type situation. I feel like you're just kind of in this observing mode right now, and you're kind of waiting to see what happens. I also feel that you feel this trapped sensation. I want to quite possibly say that this could be some kind of family situation that you're kind of resisting or kind of fighting against, Aries. And I want to say that this has to do quite possibly with a traditional structure, some kind of possible traditional role inside the family in general that is keeping you in this kind of stagnant energy, this sensation of feeling blocked, of feeling a little bit in bondage, essentially is what I want to say, Aries. I feel like you're just kind of waiting and observing, and I almost feel like this energy is, you're trying to use this energy to go essentially inwards, to possibly be seeking some higher knowledge internally, Aries, because I feel like externally, I feel that there's a lot of blockages, there's a lot of walls being put up essentially, and I feel like you're quite possibly resisting this, Aries. I feel like you're fighting against something here. I feel like you're quite possibly fighting against some kind of tradition, or quite possibly some belief, Aries. I do want to say that this could be a possible belief, something that you're believing in, something that quite possibly others may be imposing on you, something that somebody else may be thinking that you need to think the same way, Aries. And you essentially are the pioneer. You are an independent thinker, Aries. So I do want to say that this is going to be a challenging energy for you in general. You are essentially a free thinker. You like to have your own opinions, your own beliefs, and you essentially pave the way for others, Aries. So I do not see that you will be conforming to this way of thinking. And I feel that this is what is quite possibly leading you to this sense of bondage, this sense of feeling trapped, this kind of energy of having to fight against something, of having to defend your own beliefs, Aries. I feel like you're having to defend yourself against something or someone, possibly something that has to do with a family situation. Quite possibly you're defending yourself against some, possibly some message or some announcement that came in through the family, that came in from somebody from the family, whether this is your immediate family, whether this is in-laws, whether this is distant relatives. I feel that they may have said something, they may have announced something that essentially is leaving you in this position of having to defend yourself against it. This may have been something that they have said that is against what you believe, Aries. This is against what you believe. This is against what you think. And this is essentially, I feel that this announcement or whatever this message was, I feel like it was so strong that essentially it's putting you in this position of a lot of stress, I see a lot of stress, I see a lot of anxiety, and I feel like whatever the situation is, it's definitely, there's some kind of blockage here. I feel that there's some kind of blockage. I feel like you're having to go inward kind of to seek some kind of answers, to seek some kind of knowledge or information regarding this. And I want to say that you're just kind of being observing right now. I feel like you're having to defend yourself, but verbally, I don't feel like you're attacking others, or I don't see any of this. I feel like right now you quite possibly may be putting your foot down on something, but I don't feel like there's any arguments. I don't feel like there's any kind of verbal battles right now. I feel like you're being more introspective. I feel like you're waiting to share your opinions with others, Aries, and even sometimes when we do this, once we reach this mature level, which is where you're at right now, Aries, I believe that you're handling this in a mature way. I feel like you would like to possibly say something against whatever this message is, or this announcement is, that has something to do possibly with the family, some kind of belief. And I feel like you're resisting it, you're fighting against it, but you're not verbally going against it. You're not starting any arguments. And this is obviously, Aries, because you are at that more mature level right now. So you are in this kind of observation phase. You're waiting to see kind of how the situation is going to pan out. But Aries, in the meantime, this is something that's weighing heavy on your mind. And I feel this, Aries. I feel like you may want to verbally express this. You may want to start to argue with these individuals. And I feel that the fact that you're not, you're repressing things, you're keeping things in, you're keeping your mind to yourself, essentially, and it is causing some kind of block here. It's causing some kind of block to forward movement in general, and it's definitely weighing heavy on your mind, Aries. This is whatever this announcement was, whatever this was that quite possibly is against what you think or what you believe, it's weighing heavy on you, Aries. It's causing a lot of mental stress. And I feel like there's some kind of block here. There's definitely an inability to move forward. And, the fact of the matter is, however, it can't get any worse than this. So this, in a certain sense, is positive, because it won't get any worse than this. So whatever, this could quite possibly be that the family or your relatives, they're trying to get you to think like they think. They're trying to get you to believe what they believe. And this could quite possibly be what this, what this message is, what this announcement is. This could be almost a wake-up call to yourself also, because you're beginning to see exactly how these people are. And this could be distant relatives. This could even be a group of people. But I really feel like they maybe made this some kind of announcement, that basically went against what you thought. You have a different way of thinking. You have a different mindset. You have different information that has led you to see things in a different way. Aries, and I feel like you're handling it the best that you can right now. You're trying to avoid arguments. You're trying to avoid any kind of verbal fights. And you're definitely handling it the best that you can. I feel like you're resisting right now. You're defending yourself. You're wanting to resist against it. I feel like you're trying to hold these comments inside. You're trying to kind of wait and see what happens, what transpires. And I feel that by holding these thoughts inside, it's trapping you mentally. Aries, you're in a position that you feel trapped. You feel unable to express yourself, essentially, mentally, you're unable to express yourself. And this is the wall that's essentially blocking you from forward movement. But like I said again, Aries, you're definitely handling it the best that you can. There's definitely some challenges here this week. There's definitely, a lot of things that are weighing heavy on your mind this week. You're handling it as best you can, and the situation won't get any worse than this. So whatever this group of people is, whether it's a family, in-laws, distant relatives, immediate family, this could have something to do with a group in general. Whatever this is, whatever they're trying to get you to believe, whatever announcement they made that they're trying to get you to go along with them, you're holding your ground, you're standing your ground, Aries. And, this is what makes you you. You have your own beliefs, you have your own opinions. You think the way you think based on the information that you have, based on your perspective, based on your experience. And there's nothing wrong with that. You have a right to think what you want to think. And sometimes people around us pressure us into thinking how they want to think, but that doesn't mean that it's right. That doesn't mean that it's correct. We have to stand our ground, essentially, Aries. And I know that this is it's a difficult week for you. It's a challenging week for you, but you are handling the best that you can, handling this situation the best that you can, Aries. And I want to say, on a positive note, it's not going to get any worse than this. This is at the lowest point right now. This is perhaps some kind of revelation to you on how these people are, on how your family is, or your in-laws or relatives or whoever this group of people is, whatever they're believing, whatever they're thinking, whatever they're trying to get you to go along with. This might possibly be a wake-up call for you to understand exactly how these people are. It's not going to get any worse than this. This is at the lowest point right now. You're handling it the best that you can. There is going to be a slight wall here, however, Aries, but do the best that you can, stand your ground, try to see things from a different perspective, even if you can. Sometimes even trying to change our perspective on things can help. And try to let go of the situation if you can, Aries. Sometimes there's nothing we can do to change the situation. We have a lot of major energies here. And when we have a lot of major energies, there's nothing we can do to change it. These are not things that we can influence. These are external events that we simply cannot influence. We can't do anything to change it. And sometimes the only thing that we can do is let go. So, Aries, the question being, are these people, is the way that they're thinking, or the way that they're behaving or acting, or the way that they're getting you to think how they think, is this something you need to let go of? Is this a group of people something you need to let go of? Sometimes just letting go, we can eliminate all of this mental stress. We can eliminate this need to resist or to defend ourselves against it. We can eliminate some of this more challenging energy when we just simply let go. Let go and let be. If these people want to do what it is that they're doing, if they want to think in that certain way, it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't matter if there are blood relatives or not, or relatives by marriage or whatever, because sometimes there's little that we can do to change the situation. So sometimes we just have to accept it and say, you know what, they're like that. I'm like this. I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to think what I want to think. And there's nothing wrong with that. We have a right to think what we want to think. There's nothing wrong with that. And sometimes we just have to let go, and find those other individuals that think how we think, essentially. Sometimes there's very little that we can do to change the opinions or beliefs of others. Sometimes we simply just have to find that group of individuals or a specific individual that is on the same vibration as we are, essentially, Aries. So that is the overall message that I'm seeing for you for this week, Aries. Do let me know if you have questions or comments. If you are interested in additional readings, I have midweek challenge readings available. Those are available for memberships. You can find the link below. If you would like personal readings, you can contact me via the links below. If you like this material, do subscribe and have a good week.